Welcome once again to nitric oxide series with Dr. Donato Chukwudo. Today we are continuing with our studies on nitric oxide and the exercises that trigger the release of nitric oxide. Today we are going to consider breathing exercises. Breathing. Of course, breathing is a normal process of life. We breathe in and out to take in oxygen and give away carbon dioxide. That's normal with humans. But then, some people breathe through the mouth, through the nose. Okay, normally we breathe through the nose, but sometimes you see people breathing through the mouth, though that's quite rarely. But then, so when we talk of breathing today, we're actually talking about nose breathing. Nose breathing, breathing through the nose, because breathing through the nose has been found to be far better than breathing through the mouth, even when you are exercising, whether you're exercising or not. You are advised to breathe through the nose, and that's very, very important for humans. Then, but in this context, we're actually not talking about just normal breathing. We're talking about deep breathing, and we're going to, at least there are a good number of them. There are a variety of different nose breathing or deep breathing techniques. But we are going to try one of them. But before we get into that, let's talk about the benefits of breathing through the nose. One of such benefits is that when you breathe through the nose, it enables the nose through the air follicles to filter the air that goes to the lungs. So and that is quite important. And also, another important benefit is that when you breathe through the nose as well, you discover that more air and indeed more oxygen get into or go through the nostril to the lungs. And of course, more oxygen is made available to the tissues through the blood stream. And that is quite important. Also, nose breathing will allow nitric oxide to sterilize the air that goes through the nose. You know, nitric oxide has antimicrobial effects, so it helps to sterilize the air that passes through the nostril to the lungs, and of course, oxygen goes to the bloodstream. So that's one very important benefit of breathing through the nostril or through the nose. Also, breathing through the nose will assist or will help the body enrich itself or enrich the bloodstream with more nitric oxide. So as you breathe through the nose, research has discovered that when you breathe through the nose, more nitric oxide gets to the lungs and to the bloodstream, much more than when you breathe through the mouth. In fact, when you breathe through the mouth, there's almost the absence of nitric oxide. But then when you breathe through the nose, you find out that a whole lot of nitric oxide gets to the bloodstream eventually. And that is one very important part of one reason why we should observe deep breathing. And that's that. And breathing through the nose also could even remove some obstructions from the nasal cavity, from the nostrils. So it could as well result to that. And so that is one reason to why It's necessary, it's good. We breathe through the nose. So breathing through the nose is so important and so enriching, so that humans really need to keep doing that, and that is quite good. We should practice it uh, on a daily basis, and that will be good enough. Another important benefit of nose or deep breathing is that it helps in endurance activities. You know, when you breathe through the nose during an activity, you take a lot more oxygen. So it will help to sustain the activity. It makes one able to stay longer in the activity because of continuous inflow of oxygen through the nostril to the lungs, and then of course to the bloodstream. And so that is one reason why nose breathing is very, very crucial, even in athletic and day-to-day activities lasting for many minutes or even hours. And then also, another very important uh, benefit of deep breathing is that research have shown that it could also help in reducing high blood pressure. High blood pressure. Actually, you know, when you breathe through the nose, particularly deep breathing, you see that more nitric oxide gets to the bloodstream. And when that happens, nitric oxide, as we know, will stimulate dilation of the blood vessel. And when dilation happens, uh, more blood flows through, and then of course blood pressure is reduced. It's reduced. So deep breathing can help reduce blood pressure, and that is very important. So even stress, tension uh, could be controlled sometimes by deep breathing. If you have some doses of nose breathing, tension may be reduced because you take in more oxygen, you take in more nitric oxide, and then endorphin is released, and then you relax the more, and then you can now be yourself and continue to perform whichever activity you intended to perform. So that is very, very important, and that's one reason we should exercise or practice deep nose breathing, and that's good enough. God bless you. So at this time we are going to take a breathing exercise. We have been talking about nose breathing. So there are so many techniques actually, but we are going to try just one of them. Of course, we have what is called diaphragmatic breathing. We have what is called equal breathing, 30-second breathing, and then of course there's a 4-7-8 breathing, and there is 4-6-8 breathing, and various kinds of breathing techniques. So, but we are going to try the 4-6-8 breathing techniques. So, generally for all nose breathing, the exercise should commence at the abdominal level. Yeah, at the abdominal level, below the diaphragm. It's very important. Make sure that it is the abdomen that is moving and not the chest. Not the chest. The abdomen should be the one initiating breathing. That should be the one moving and not the chest. Both during inspiration, which is breathing in, and expiration, which is breathing out. And so we are going to try it. So when I talk of 4-6-8 breathing technique, I am talking of breathing in gradually for 4 seconds, and then of course holding it at that level for 6 seconds, and then exhaling for 8 seconds, gradually for 8 seconds. So you try that about 3 times, and that will be it for that particular session. So let's get going. Make sure you sit comfortably. Make sure also that your clothing is free. You are not constrained by your clothing, and your breathing is not obstructed by the nature of your clothing. So this is very important. So let's go. So I will commence now. So you just practice that for about 3 times. Breathe in, sustain it for 6 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Breathe in again, 4 seconds, sustain for another for 6 seconds, and then breathe out for 8 seconds. You try it 3 times. You would have enriched your system with sufficient or with much oxygen, and of course nitric oxide. So, and that will do a lot to your head. In fact, some researchers say that if you can do deep breathing for 30 times in a day, you will hardly have issue with your health. I mean, you will get enough oxygen and nitric oxide that will help your health system, your overall health, in a very great way. So try any of these techniques of breathing, both the one I've just tried or the ones I mentioned. Try them from time to time, but make sure it is nose breathing you are doing and not mouth breathing. Breathe through your nose. It will help you a lot. Take enough oxygen each day, and you know oxygen is so important to our health. So we will continue with the other nitric oxide exercises next time. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, join me by subscribing, and like and share if you have done that already, and I believe you will always enjoy it. So till we meet again, remember that your health and your fitness are in your hands. Take responsibility. God bless you.